Hello, thank you for taking some time to view this video. I'm Travis Miller with Last Dragon Digital Marketing. So the point of this video is twofold. One, it's to give you tips and tricks that you use on your website. Just increase your online presence, your revenue, expand out to increase your leads and your business. And then two is to compare your website to a local competitor's website in another area that you serve and see if those tips and tricks could outrank them to generate those leads in that area. So I'll talk about three things: content, backlinks, and citations. So whatever I use here, you definitely use on your own on your website. But if you want to talk about that or anything further, please feel free to reach out. My door is always open. But either way, if you leave me a few lines of feedback on this actual video, that'll help me just making these videos for local businesses. All right, so let's get started. So first is content. In content, you need anywhere between 1,500 to 2,000 words, just depending on the competition and number of keywords needed. So a keyword is anything someone might type into Google looking for a particular service or product. So in your content on your website, you can place keywords throughout to tell Google exactly what terms you want your website to be found for in certain areas. So right now, you guys are doing an awesome job in marketing. Very nice laid out website, links here. But you could just do some things, some back end on your things to increase some of these areas, searchabilities in these areas. You guys are killing it in Cypress, Texas. But just to expand out, there's some things you could do to beat competition in all those areas. And I'll show you that. So speaking of Google, if I was a consumer in Katy, Texas, looking for plumbing services, I might type this in, and here's what typically comes up. A lot of times there's ads here, and if you're investing in ads already, that's great, but a lot of times consumers skip over ads. Sometimes they go to this map pack here. This is also good. This is citations. I'll talk more about that in a minute. But we feel this is most important. Most consumers go here. We call these organics when they do in a search. So the goal is to be in the first page of any kind of service you provide and area you serve. So when we just talk about Katy, Texas, plumbing services, you can see when you scroll down, you're not on the first page, but there's some things you could do to even beat the top competitor because you're close to them right now, even in Katy, Texas, to beat this top competitor and get on that first page right in front of the eyes of consumers in Katy, Texas. A lot of times we skip over the directories like Yelp, Angie's List, because consumers usually go directly to a company to look for a service or product. So you might have heard this saying, a great place to hide a dead body is on page 2 or 3 of Google. People just don't go here to look for more services. So you want to be on that first page. So speaking of, content and, so I'll compare your website to Katy Plumbers. So I'll do that comparison. So here's how we do comparisons. It's a tool called Ahrefs, and it does a deep dive in websites. So here's your URL. And these are your numbers here. So staying on content, you have, you're using 184 keywords. Which is a good start. That's great on your website. So keep up those keywords. This is a good one. Joe the Plumber, that's directly to you. But like Plumber Houston, that's a high searchability, over 1,000. So you want to have more bang for your buck with high search volume here. Houston Plumber. But you could even increase your keywords to expand out more in all the areas you serve. Katy, St. Cypress, Houston. I know you guys have a lot of service areas. You could include those as well on your website, just to increase that searchability. So comparing that, and here's the Katy Plumbing Company. So here's their website here. They do a pretty good job too, but definitely beatable, outrankable in the Katy area. So here's their numbers, katyplumbers.com. And you're actually beating them in keywords. They're using 74 keywords. So definitely keep up your keywords, even increase your keywords to dominate them in this keyword space. But we'll talk about some things while they're still outranking you in Katy. So the second thing I'm going to talk about is the backlinks. So let me go back to your numbers here. So a backlink is anywhere where you find one website linking to another website. So these links act like an endorsement of your website from others, which Google uses that to build trust in your business by seeing others vouching for you. So think of that as like a popularity contest. The person with the most backlinks wins. But keep it in mind, not all backlinks are created equal. It's important to have other services, plumbing services, HVAC services, just industries that apply to you to link back to you. It doesn't help if a restaurant or a doctor's office links back to you. It doesn't give you that trust power with Google. So you have 301 backlinks with 127 different reference domains. And here's the reason why maybe the other company, your top competitor, is beating you. They have over 2,000 backlinks with 62 reference domains. So keep up your keywords because you're beating them there, but increase your backlinks, get closer to these backlinks, and you get closer to outranking them on Google. And then finally, there's citations. So citation is anywhere where your business name, your number, and your address are shown exactly on your Google business profile. Citations help you rank in this map pack here, which is extremely important for local businesses since they can generate huge amounts of revenue. So you want to be in the top 3 or 4. Sometimes there's 4 here. But much like pages 2 or 3 of Google, consumers don't go to. Consumers don't push this button for more businesses. So to get that going in Katy area, citations include directories like Yelp, Angie's List, Expertise, hundreds of others you may have heard of. Also, social media accounts work great too. So the idea is that your brand begins to be found by Google all over the internet. So the larger your online presence is, the more Google trusts you. So once Google sees you more often than these competitors, the more likely it is you outrank them. So once your content, your backlinks, your citations, they all come together, you start to outgrow your competitors in the different areas you serve. And here's what it might be worth it to you, to be ranked here and here. So I'm not sure what your margins are, but I imagine that could generate some pretty decent revenue for you. Also, there's usually many more keywords you could use, as I said earlier, to generate more and more traffic and leads as you expand out in the Houston area. So this is what I do, create this video for you to help you get started with those leads online. If you do find yourself wanting more to continue scaling as far as you want, feel free to reach out. I can help you out with that. Give you some more information, or we can talk about goals, and I could do the research to find out exactly what could be realistic for your business and what it might take to reach those goals. Again, if you leave me a few lines of feedback on this video, I appreciate that. It helps me get better making these. Again, I'm Travis Miller with Last Dragon Digital Marketing. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. Hope it was helpful for you. Much luck in your business. Have a great day.